Invasions are massive cyclical game events which require players to unite in the face of overwhelming odds in order to protect Aelion from an invading army.
Our planet is invaded by alien gods from the depths of the universe. Giant Cthulhu-like monsters and various Godzillas attempt to destroy our world and steal our followers.
This feature ties in directly with what is going on in the game world of Aelion. The planet is in danger because its greater god has disappeared, and as a result of that, gods of other worlds are eager to get their share of the spoils. This feature was really inspired by superhero and science fiction stories where you have huge alien forces invading Earth, and this is really the player's opportunity to be that legendary hero and defend their home.
Invasions are designed for all players. They happen at different levels, and high-prestige players can participate in them. First of all, those are the people who have unlocked the divine form, who have become deities in our game, joined a powerful pantheon, and who have both time and interest in this type of activity. It is a great event for all audiences, including the mortals, immortals, and other inhabitants of Aelion. Invasions from other worlds greatly affect the lives of ordinary people and gods alike. Skyforge's world of Aelion is highly susceptible to invasions. The coastline was transformed by multiple invasions of aquatic creatures. The mechanoid invasions brought technologies, just like invaders from worlds with a different environment bring infections and viruses. And all of these cause technogenic, ecological, and geological changes on Aelion. The way Aelion looks today is a direct consequence of all the previous invasions. If we divide an invasion into phases, we can single out several stages. The first one is the preparation. The announcement that enemy ships are approaching the planet, and our early warning system has detected them.
On the world map in the Divine Observatory, there'll be a timer, usually about 7 days from when it's posted, for when the invasion is actually going to begin. Once an invasion begins, the Divine Observatory will be populated with various content focused on combating the new invading army.
The actual gameplay of the invasion, just like the rest of the game, is divided into different activities, and each of them has different gameplay. There are activities for 3, 5 players, and for 10 players, all with varying difficulty levels and different levels of involvement and reward. For example, there is an activity where we shoot down an alien ship. It crashes, and we try to gather resources and trophies out of it, including the data that will help us learn more about our enemy. Then there is the opposite situation, where our own convoy gets destroyed by aliens, and we try to fight them off and protect the survivors. There are also activities like holding territory, like where we have a huge cannon that protects our planet from invasions by firing at enemy ships in orbit. It gets attacked, and we need to defend it. We also have mass activities that will be available in later stages of an invasion, when we've learned enough about the enemy to board their ship and fight against them in their native environment, an environment which is deadly to us.
These phases finally culminate in the arrival of the Herald of the invading army, the outcome of which determines whether or not players are actually going to be successful in repelling the invading army. This battle is available for 24 hours, and if players are victorious, they either get a victory phase or a defeat phase akin to kind of a golden age or a dark age. If players are victorious, all players will receive a server-wide buff that increases the reward they get from all content. Additionally, the invading ship will still be available for players to continue to raid for a few days. If players fail, there will be no server-wide buff, and there's going to be a destroyed area that players can visit for another few days. The Mechanoid army is going to be the first invasion players get to experience. Up to this point in the game, players have fought lots of Mechanoid minions, but now they're going to have to fight some of the most powerful Mechanoids, and they're going to have to do so in orbit on the enemy ships.
Mechanoids are robots, and their main god is a huge complex cube that can transform and produce many things, which surprise us with their shape and size. Heralds, the main bosses of each invasion, are the avatars of alien elder gods, the creatures from other worlds that challenge the gods of Aelion and want to claim our followers. Then there is the Phytonite invasion. These plants are living things, and their armies consist of different creatures. The Phytonite ships are organisms and not buildings. When we first started to discuss the invasions, our first reference was Ragnarok, the end of the world in Norse mythology. We considered an option where the Dark Ages would mean a complete downfall for Aelion, the full cyclic change and destruction of the world each time the Ragnarok ends or is lost. We spent a lot of time discussing it, but in the end, common sense won out, and we decided not to destroy the universe and all players every time they failed or weren't strong enough to do something.
The player's primary task as a god of Aelion is to protect their planet and their people, but of course, invasions also offer unique high-end content and great rewards.
An invasion is a global event, a global activity. Therefore, the rewards here are also global and powerful. They cover all areas of progression. The goal of participating in invasions for players is, of course, power. Developing your strength and might. Participation in invasions means developing your character even further. The usual sparks can be found as rewards, and sparks that will allow you to develop your divine form. There are also reliquary and purple equipment. In addition, there are rewards for those that do not care about power and might, as much as they care about self-identification and self-expression. Here they can obtain unique costumes. You will also be able to progress within invasions themselves. When you defeat some alien creature, you obtain data and various materials. You take them to the Pantheon laboratory, where you can research them to increase your resistance to that certain invasion. At a certain point, you will become immune to their dangerous environment.
This is really just the start of where we want to go with this feature. As players develop in power, who knows, maybe they could eventually take the fight to the alien planets themselves. So good luck, and don't forget to subscribe to our social channels, and I'll see you in game.